Hey everybody, JPEG back from the refresh. I hope you all had a fun time panicking, but don't worry about panicking anymore. We are back and ready to go. We do have the next run ready, but before we get there, I do just want to remind everybody of why we are here. And we are here raising money for CARE. And if you want to know what CARE is, founded in 1945, CARE is a leading humanitarian organization fighting global poverty. CARE has more than 7 decades of experience delivering emergency aid during times of crisis, working in over 110 countries. Our emergency responses focus on the needs of the most vulnerable populations, particularly girls and women. To learn more, visit www.care.org. And if you would like to donate, you can go ahead and scan that QR code or type !donate in chat to help out. But without further ado, let's get some peace in our lives, align our chakras, remove our shoes, and get ready for the chant with Big Scared and Pip Sprite. Big Scared, are you ready?
I am ready. Thank you, JPEG. Hello, hello. Folks, you might remember me from earlier. I'm Big Scared. I'm a queer variety caster on Twitch, and I play a lot of scary games. Tonight, I'm going to be showcasing one of my favorite scary games, if you can call it that, the Chant. I'm also being joined by my teammate, Pip Sprite. If you want to say hello real quick.
Hello. Very excited to be watching this with you.
I'm very excited for you to be here. And let's get this started.
Sassy comments, as always.
Yes. Time is going to start when I click this story mode here. It's going to be in 3, 2, 1, let's go! So the first thing you'll notice here is that we have these static loading screens periodically. And the first one shows a very pregnant woman. We are driving this woman right now. This is Babs. She is a very important character that we will see very little of in the game. She pretty much shows up in the prologue and then again at the end for one of the 3 endings, the spirit ending, which I'll be showing off here today.
She broke the circle!
I'm very excited to see that ending.
Yes.
Get her!
Yes. This is not the fastest ending that is possible. The difference is extremely minimal. I think it's about a minute total. But the spirit ending is by far the coolest ending, in my opinion. And so, because I love Lass and I love Lady Arcaders, I want to make sure that we get to see the coolest possible ending, so that way all of your brilliant donations can be rewarded with the premium.
All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for sticking around and welcome back. We're so sorry about that. The cult started interfering with our energies and just had a little fun. But we are back, and if Big Scared is ready, they can jump right back in.
Yeah, let's get this going. In 3, 2, 1, let's continue.
Woohoo!
Chat, have you expressed your gratitude to the tech team lately, and as well as production, because they are just absolutely putting in the most work they could possibly do. They are showing a fantastic effort, and I am extremely grateful for their support.
They're doing amazing. As a person that does this for a living, I know how hard it can be.
Yeah, this is never easy, and it's late in the day, so we are doing the best we can. And you might notice right now that I am dressed in normal clothes, and my BFF, Kim here, is wearing a very particular outfit. She has her hair wrapped up in a t-shirt, and she is not wearing shoes.
You always carried
Imagine, like a cult would be, maybe.
This was one of the most jarring things for me when I picked this game up as a speedrun. That, like, people are literally going to be running around this whole island, no shoes on, no practice.
You'd think they'd get hurt, you know? Like just running around. You think they'd hit a shell, some rocks.
Listen,
anything.
I go outside and I step on a piece of gravel and I start crying.
So what's Tyler like?
Right? It hurts. It's like stepping on a Lego. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Yes, we're going to channel that fortitude, and we're going to apply it to our maneuvers, to our skills, and to our dialogue choices. We're going to absolutely bullheadedly support the cult's endeavors, because that's what's going to get us the ending that we're looking for here today. The endings in this game, there are 3 of them, and they are almost entirely impacted by your dialogue choices.
Honestly,
While your
that's a bit weird
actions
right
in
into
the
my
game
future
and how
self.
you level up do also impact this to a degree, the strongest thing you can do if you want a particular outcome is talk to people
Look,
and
isn't
use
it
your words.
incredible?
And I think that's a really
These here are
interesting
so
mechanic.
energizing.
I actually do like that mechanic a lot because a lot of games like this normally, or a lot that I've played, the dialogue doesn't really matter. Whatever you pick,
I
usually
thought this would be good for me.
it's just a dialogue choice and it doesn't often matter. So I appreciate that the devs made it so that it mattered.
Yeah, it's impactful. It doesn't railroad you at the end of the game into a
must be it.
singular ending. It puts you on pathways
guess I can just
on a singular
place it
story
inside.
towards one of 3 destinations. And I think that's really cool.
Holy fuck!
Because we are seeking the spirit ending, we are always going to choose spirit answers, which will give us a larger mana pool. We will have the ability to cast more spells more often as the run progresses. This does have consequences. The fastest route requires you to make body choices, which will in turn buff your fortitude and your ability to take a hit. I like to think of the spirit ending as glass cannon mode, because you become very strong, but also very weak at the same time.
I do feel better.
I just like that you were having a straight up panic attack and Kim's just like, it's fine.
Yeah, it is fine. In fact, panic attacks are ideal for the speed run because when you're in
So
the
you
panic
asked me
state,
here to
you
help
run
you heal.
faster.
What exactly did you mean? Not just me. Both of us.
You might notice that we are at a leisurely jog right now. The only way to run faster than this is to induce a panic state. And so you have
she
to
was my
either
sister, but it wasn't
be
my
in
fault.
proximity to a
I'm fine,
specific
Kim,
enemy,
just
which I'll
leave it
point out when
alone.
we get there, or you have to endure a certain amount of damage to get there.
Here's to wishing that my panic attacks fueled me that way.
I know,
They do
if,
not.
if only we got a speed boost.
This island is filled with natural wonders. Let's get going.
Now you might notice that I picked up some sage here. There is crafting, and we're going to be doing a fair bit of it on the
terrain here
run
gets a bit rough.
because we have to
What's with
craft weaponry.
Doesn't that hurt?
And you might be
Shoes are
wondering what
forbidden
sort of
in
weapon
the
we'll
retreat.
be
Don't
crafting with
worry.
sage.
You'll get
It
used
is,
to it.
in fact, a sage stick. I know. How riveting. There's a line here that
mean-
I'm hoping to take that will skip some dialogue. Let's see if we get it.
Just
Ooh.
We got it!
Yeah.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
So that is a very difficult line. You have to hug the right side and then the left side without touching either side and without spending too much time between either side. If you linger too long outside of the correct pathway, you get sucked into a dialogue there and are immobilized. But if you skip
this
it,
do?
you get 3 to 5 seconds
around
time
the
save.
Not bad. If you that is my first
Whoa.
bug.
Yes, we are fighting flies
Just fight those things.
with the power
get
of
going.
sage.
Flies can be nasty. You gotta fight them with that sage. It's the only way.
Now, get out your bingo cards, gamers, because I want you to keep track
that's it.
of how many pieces
By the way, what's
of
with those structures?
Tyler's family used to run a carnival
Random-
in the 70s. There's a lot of awesome art.
random, like, yoga journal-esque
Kim? Don't you
combat
have a flashlight?
elements here.
It's fine.
We're going to be using
Follow my
sage
voice.
sticks. We're going to be using essential
Kim, I can't see
oils.
shit in
We're going to
here.
be using salts. We're going to be using the power of our voice and our mind. This game has all of the cliches, and they are used in very interesting ways.
Thanks for leaving me in there.
Oh, come on.
Are we almost there? I'm getting kind of hungry.
It's just up ahead. Wait until
All right,
you
we are
try
coming
Maya's
up
cooking.
on the camp here, which is actually a really beautiful retreat. We don't
are.
really get to look at it in a lot of detail, but I'll try to give you a peek here as we run up on it. It's got a dock, it's got a beautiful geodome, it's got lakeside cafeterias, it's got rustic cabins, it's got a cult leader that looks just like Jared Leto. Never mind him.
Don't worry about
just-
him.
You know, he's just doing his best. But now that we're here, we have to do our meet and greet section of the game. where we're going to meet our cast of characters. You might recognize them all from Twitter.
I don't really know anyone. Everyone here is friendly.
Here in the cafeteria, we have Maya. She is an anti-vaxxer mom that likes to dance. She's been on a world tour for her dancing, and she wants us to collect a recipe that is very specific. We'll get there in a second, because before we go get the stuff she needs, we have to go see Sunny. Sunny is a developer and an entrepreneur. You might recognize him as the head of the Spirit Ember Festival. Definitely not the Fire Festival.
No,
No.
never.
No. Legally
No.
distinct.
No. Yep.
You might recognize
Very
him.
different.
But my dad, brother,
But his dad, they pulled the funding.
everyone down. Check
Mmm.
these out.
It's okay. He's here now to make a new retreat,
Transform this island into
and he's gonna make it really cool.
I hope it doesn't go horribly wrong.
I regret to
That
inform
would be very
you,
awkward.
amazing,
Pip.
right?
I regret to
It will.
inform you that this is a
Beautiful island
timeshare
with a
meeting,
peaceful
and you're
spiritual
locked in
spa
now.
retreat should do well.
By the
Dang
end of
it.
this, you will be deciding whether or not you two will be getting a retreat here. Okay?
Dang it.
Just go watch
I'm
my
sorry to
orientation
jump this
video
on you
to
so
learn all
late
about
into
it.
the
It's
run,
near Tyler's Dome.
I
but
didn't know what I was getting myself into.
I know. But I've got you here, and there's no escape now.
That's how they get you.
It is. JPEG is subjected to my timeshare meeting as well.
I am. I'm taking notes. I have a notebook.
This must be the clearing that Maya was talking about.
So while we gather a couple things here, I need to grab a lavender, a ginger, and a mushroom cap. JPEG, is there anything that you would like to share with the chat?
I have actually first a random fun fact for chat about the fact that did you know that those Himalayan salt lamps, you can actually just lick those because it's salt and it has antibacterial properties. So if
Wow.
you ever need a healthy snack. But with that, I did actually want to talk about one of our incentives that's coming up. Our next run, which is going to be the bonus Kuon phase run. So let me give you a little bit of detail about that. So in the Kuon phase, you will play as Abe no Seimei, which is a different character with her own fighting style. And we really want to see that by the end of the Yang phase run that's coming up right after this. So if you would like to donate for that, you can type !donate in chat and learn a little bit more.
I'm so
I will say,
excited.
I have never had one of those salt lamps because I am terrified my cat's just gonna lick the crap out of it.
Listen, it will be delicious.
Oh, hey.
It will
we
be
were just
salty.
discussing tonight's
Yeah,
session.
I
Ready
guess.
for a change? The energy of this place is already making a difference.
So you might notice immediately, if you've seen the
We'll see you
previous run I
tonight.
did for Attract Mode, there's major dialogue differences if you pick different choices. For the body ending, Jess basically just goes, and the conversation ends there. Here, she actually has things to say and has a personality. It's really interesting to see how quickly she buys in to everything that's happening here, considering she's a complete outsider to it. But luckily,
Maya, I
we've
think
got
I have what
our
we're looking
herbal
for.
tea
Perfect.
ingredients.
Just leave them on.
We've got our lavender. We've got our ginger. We've got our mushrooms
measured
that are
perfectly.
definitely not
Have you done
spirit
this
caps.
Actually, I
They are
worked in
definitely
finance.
not going to drug
I used to
us.
spend a lot of time doing
And they
field
are
work.
definitely not going to set us on an adventure for the next hour or so.
I see.
It is a.
Don't they do
I
animal
don't know
testing?
that I believe.
Doesn't that
this.
seem wrong? It is wrong, but my division won't listen to me.
If people won't listen, maybe you're in the wrong place. There are many other types of medicine.
I'll think on that. I really should get back to Kim.
What a good way to exit yourself from any conversation, even if you're not at camp. Just, I really should get back to camp, and then just leave.
Just back
walk away.
out and run away.
Jess.
Okay,
Tyler
so
left some gifts.
this is the point, chat, where we have abandoned our shoes. I want to make
no.
it very clear that at any point after this, Jess could simply go back to her tent and put her shoes on, and yet she chooses to not.
It's a cult thing.
She's
They just
barely
don't have
been here a
shoes.
day.
It's just a thing. Everybody else doesn't have shoes on, so you know.
Okay, so if everyone else took off their shoes, would you?
No,
Exactly.
but that's why I would never be in a cult.
So in the cutscenes we skipped here, what happened was we drank the tea that Maya asked us to get ingredients for.
Never
And
good.
Surprise, surprise, things are not good.
Never a good idea to drink the tea. Never.
You might hear Kim screaming in the background. That is because she is currently possessed by flowers. I know what you're thinking. Flowers? They're technically not flowers. They're technically this eldritch, infinite being from this dimension here known as Gloom. And we can essentially think of them as the equivalent of, like, aliens and or demons. But kind of neither of those things, because they're not really either of them. But what happens is if you hang out too long in this area, you start getting haunted by the little floaty squid plant things that live here. And Kim right now has a real bad case of the Mondays, if you know what I mean. I mentioned earlier that there is a specific enemy type that induces the panic state. This is it. This
Is it fly people? 'Cause,
Yes,
yeah.
it is. This is a fly person. This is the ghost of my sister who died many years ago when she was 10. And so the fact that she shows up as a fully formed woman bee will never not bring me joy.
Going.
Death defies her. She has grown up anyway, and she's here to torment me. And the only way you can stop the beast is by running away from it or by hitting it with sage. If you use any of the other weapons, it just makes her angry.
So, if I'm understanding you, what you're saying is you can't stop the bees?
No, there's no stopping the bees. There is
Oh,
simply
no.
tolerating the bees and running away from them.
I do like these mind attacks. They are very interesting.
Yes, so the mind attacks directly attack our sanity levels. We could hypothetically stand there and take the mind attack in order to get the panic state faster. But that's really a trade-off, right? Do you want to give up time to potentially save time in running? Or do you want to just leave? And so that's always a judgment call you make when those enemies show up and whenever these mind attacks happen, is do you want to potentially risk time loss in exchange for a potential risk of time loss?
I just appreciate that a lot of games nowadays take an account of like mental health and like bring in the panic attacks and bring in like things that people actually experience that you don't always see in horror games.
Yeah. And I think this one takes an interesting approach to it where, like, yes, it is a mechanic that exists, but it's not necessarily framed as a negative thing, right? It's just
Right.
something you coexist with, and it's something that in many cases does benefit you and help you survive. And so while it is inconvenient to some extent, like, you cannot attack with your sage while you're in the panic state, but you can run away. You can
Run
make it out of
faster.
there, and you
Yeah.
can, and you can live to see another day. And I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that man is like a mix of Charles Manson and Jared Leto, and it's creeping. I
They
like it.
really nailed the design.
They really did.
So you might notice that while we were stuck there looking at the bulletin board, I was doing a little bit of off-camera movement. I'm going to be doing that a couple points throughout the run. It's always scary because sometimes you end up at the wrong door, sometimes you end up at a window, sometimes you end up facing the wrong way. This plant just did an immunity phase for no reason.
Does
Maybe-
whatever it wants to do, you know.
It does. Which is
No,
unfortunate because those characters do block your key items. So you have to deal with them.
I do understand how
No!
tough off-camera moves are. I was learning Helen Wake, and I had to do a lot of those, and it was not fun.
You know, one of these days,
There we go.
I will Alan Wake up.
Yes.
But for now, I chant.
Yeah,
And
that's true. Yeah.
Chat, I have a very important question for you. Pip, I expect you to answer on behalf of all of chat. Is Kim okay?
Okay.
Kim?
I'm gonna go with no.
Is she good?
I don't think she's good. No. No.
She just got some raspberry jam. She spilled it all over the floor. She's trying to clean it up.
She's just trying to not make a mess. It's fine.
It's fine.
That's what you just have to tell yourself when you're in a cult. It's fine. It's fine.
Sometimes you drink the Kool-Aid, sometimes you spill it all over the floor.
Yes. Hopefully it's the second one that you do.
Yes. You might notice that we are doing a little collecting. This is the essential gameplay loop. When I'm not in a boss fight, this is what I'm doing. You need to collect either keys or pieces to assemble things that are technically also keys, and or collecting the items you need to engage in the boss fight successfully. I am always going to pick up Ginger if I see it, and I will always use extra, because if I don't, I take too many hits and I die. But aside from that, it's really just picking up the essential items. So we have a specific path where we are trying to not only grab everything we need, but grab it in the order that makes the menuing less cumbersome. Because if you grab the wrong thing in the wrong order, it will get your menus in a position where the entire rest of the game, you're going to have to click 2 extra slots, or 3 extra slots, or move a whole row over, and you'll be fighting your muscle memory the entire time.
Oh, that was fast and very simple.
Yes. When it comes to puzzles in this game, you might think, wow, this is a survival horror game. I wonder if there's puzzles. And the answer is technically yes. There's one good puzzle in this game. Everything else is pick up things, put things together.
I like this game already. Puzzles
Yeah.
is like the worst for me.
But it does have plenty of boss fights, and this is the first one. We are going to engage in a purification ritual with our best friend Kim, who is definitely
Oh, good.
okay.
These always go so well.
Are you okay?
No. No, I'm not okay.
Kim! What's happening?
Who did her eyeliner? It's honestly fantastic. It is a look.
I know it. No! She got me right. Oh! So the thing about Kim is she's got hands, and sometimes she likes to use them.
She was ready.
She was
ready for
ready.
you.
I couldn't even dodge that. She just grabbed me so fast. What I'm doing here is you have to bait Kim towards the ritual candles in order to push her into them. But she has a wide variety of attacks. She's got swings, which are the ideal one here. She's got the grab, which she got us with earlier. And she's also got a yell attack, which will essentially lock us in place for a shorter period of time. And if it's got distance on us, it will push us.
So sorry, Kim.
But because we've purified her in a very peaceful and non-violent way, we now have the ability to use her crystal, because we're going to take it off of her, and we will also have her ability to yell at people.
Start yelling at people, see how that all works out. Yeah.
Pip, how do you feel about the ability to yell at people?
I love yelling. It's my favorite. Yell at people all the time. I like how you said it was a very calm, and you like shoved her face into a mirror.
Yeah, it was very calm and non-violent. And here's the thing about that purification ritual. That ritual means that Kim gets to live.
Oh, that's
Yes,
nice.
because she
so you just
doesn't-
knocked her out.
Yeah, she's unconscious. She's vibing right there. She's fine.
She's fine.
She's taking a little nap, but
He ran up the
she's
hill.
gonna survive
I don't
this.
think he's okay.
I cannot say the
Can't
same
believe he's
about
prison.
most of these people.
Kim's still
And I'm
hurt.
very
I
sorry
can't
for
just leave
spoiling
her
that
alone.
now, but I cannot say the same about most of
You
these
look after
people.
Kim.
At least you saved one. You know?
We saved the one that matters, our BFF.
Oh, you get a flashlight?
We did get a flashlight. You might
Very
notice
horror game-esque.
as we're walking by that door, the tape is still playing because we didn't stand there, and so it only plays when you're in proximity to the tape. And so if you like don't get too close to it, it'll just play for the rest of the game in very small bursts. It's very funny. We've got a little bit of walking here. JPEG, is there anything you'd like to share with the audience?
I would love to share the fact that we have a donation from Lupin the Mailman, who donates $10 and says big hype for Big Scared running the chant. So there is some love for you. But what I wanted to also point out is that Lupin donated towards a target and a pull, which is a super cool thing you can do with Tiltify, is that your dollar goes further. You can hit a target and a pull. So thank you, Lupin, for donating to the bonus Kuon Face run, as well as voting in the, oh my gosh, what is the name of it? The Cult of the Lamb. I keep reading the word relationship, and
Yes.
that's the name of the game. Thank you for donating the Cult of the Lamb poll as well.
Also, I
Lupin,
appreciate
thank
the
you so
poll,
much.
which is, would you wander around the forest with no shoes on?
Yes. Who's winning? Yes or no?
No, so far as winning.
Wow.
That is
A very
correct answer.
emphatic no. A very emphatic no.
Chat's a bunch of haters out there. You don't understand how much faster you run when you're not weighed down by the burden of shoes.
It's a pretty brutal.
Get out of the
pretty
way!
callous-
Double body blocked!
No!
Sirs, I need you to not. Thank you. It's fine. Don't panic. Chat, don't panic. I hear you panicking. Don't do it.
Didn't save me, Jess. I thought we were friends.
Always the worst when you get body blocked. Just the worst.
So this enemy here is a really cool dog that will sometimes just insist on licking our face. The goal here is to keep an eye on it and make sure that doesn't happen. Because if we get pounced, yes! If we get pounced, it's like a 10-second time loss every time.
I'm not saying these developers went, hey, you know what's a really cool enemy? The enemy from Stranger Things. I'm not saying.
Listen, I am not saying that there's any likeness at all, but there is many points where I was like, that
I
looks
just
like
appreciate
that looks
that
like
the devs were like, you know what?
inspiration
you know
is
what we're
beautiful.
gonna do? Exactly.
Inspiration is beautiful, and I'm glad that we see connections between properties that we love.
It's true.
Now you might notice that my sister bees are very angry. I didn't do anything to her today. I may have done something to her many years ago, but I didn't do anything to her today, and honestly, I need to make sure that she doesn't take anything out on me. She's bee NATOing, which is less than ideal, but the placement of doing that is pretty good. So we'll take it. In the event that your sister bees show up, it's always optimal for her to dive at you rather than spinning.
I imagined you say that like the informational pamphlet inside of an airplane.
Yes.
If your sister, in the event of your sister bees coming at you, it is important that you dive.
Yes. You need to equip your... Oh, actually, you need to unequip your shoes in preparation of your sister bees. Chat, before you can put your ventilation mask on...
You must unequip your shoes.
Yes, unequip your shoes. While we're heading here to the mines, I want to remind folks that the reason why we're doing this is not necessarily because we want to do a spiritual retreat, right? We are here because we have guilt about our sister. And our best friend was like, why don't you come on this island with me? And now we're here. Now we're here. And we're witnessing a beautiful sight. Sunny here has 300% facial animation, and it is extremely painful.
Never listen to the best friend. Want to go on a retreat? Listen.
Listen here, Pip. I have
It's
an
always a
exciting
trap.
offer for you. I have a unique experience. Are you in on my timeshare yet?
I don't think I am.
Well,
I
interestingly
don't want-
enough, may I interest you in a frog? Because we've got frogs.
I don't want my non-existent sister to become bees, okay? I don't need that much.
But may I interest you in a big frog?
Hey, speaking of frogs, can I jump in?
Yes,
For a second?
absolutely.
I wanted to say thank you so much because we hit our Kuon Phase incentive for
Let's
the next
go!
run.
Woohoo!
Woo! Thank you so much, everybody, for donating towards that. That means we get to see a little bit of extra Kuon, and extra Kuon means extra marathon, which means extra hangout time. So thank you
Let's
so much.
Congrats. Thank you so much for letting us know. Oh, we're being body blocked by... Oh, and a kiss. That's not ideal, but we move on because we have plenty of ginger. We can take that hit. Now, chat, I need you to send me all the spare energy that you can afford to spare because there's a big frog in here. And they like to give me a little kiss sometimes.
I would like to give props to whoever is doing the polls in chat. They're A+.
Kissed! Okay, we didn't get the double. I'll take it.
Ever since I played Resident Evil, I dislike sewer-type places with demon things.
Yeah, this is very much giving like Resident Evil 3, the part with the hunter gammas in the sewers. I know exactly what you're thinking of.
Walking around the sewers and you're like, well, here's another thing going after me and I have no bullets. Great.
But the
Maybe
cool
if I
thing-
had Sage, that would have worked.
Yeah, if only Jill Valentine had Sage, she could have solved
Yes.
the whole crisis
Whole thing.
single-handedly.
Just some Sage. Would have been great.
But the cool difference here is that these frogs cannot one-shot you. As far as I know, they can't eat you in one bite. So,
That's
as
good.
far as we get out of here, you know, the worst they can do is give us a little smooch on the cheek and let us go on our way. Now, Sunny here is also possessed. But his is not the happy, fun kind of possession that Kim had. And I know you might be judging me for using those words, but I promise you, hers was much more happy, fun than this. Because Sunny here had to get the
Yeah.
zoomies to get out of his system.
I'm more judging the fact that he somehow kicked the door down and then it closed and somehow locked, which in my head doesn't make any sense.
So the cool thing about Sunny here is he can basically say, "Do you know who I am?" and the door responds. It doesn't matter whether
Nice.
it's locked or barred. If Sunny wants to go through a door, Sunny will go through the door. And the cool thing about that is in the speedrun, all you gotta do is stay on Sunny, and he will guide you along the path that you need to take. He will always open the door for you. He's a gentleman and a scholar.
Look at that.
I know. We're gonna see it
Not
happen
something you-
here.
You'd
So,
think you'd see.
door's locked,
in a horror
right?
game.
And then you come in here and you're like, "Sunny, I love you. Are you okay?" And he's like, "I can smell something funky. My chakra's dirty." And we're gonna check on him, and then he's gonna open the door for us.
Sonny, please. You need
Just
help.
the
and-
pure gentleman right there. Oh, okay. Push you down first, but then be a gentleman.
He's gotta make sure he opens that door for you.
He's got part of the chivalry thing, right? I did want to jump in really quick and say that we have met $900
Let's
worth of
go!
donations. Woo!
Love
So
that.
thank you so much, everybody.
JPEG, I have a room full of people to push into a corner. Let's hear some donations.
Yeah. Oh, I can do that for you. Don't you worry. So first off, we have a $15 donation from Anonymous that says the only chant I know is "No shoes allowed. No shoes allowed." So
No
thank you so
shoes
much, Anonymous.
allowed.
That is truly the chant of the night. And then our next donation is from Honeysuckle Frog, which is $10, and it just says frog cameo. So thank you so much, Honeysuckle Frog. I hope you saw some friends and that you appreciated their kissies, those very gentle, loving kissies. And if you would like to donate and get us just over the line, we do have another incentive coming up tonight. We have one more, which is for Splattermaster, which is to watch all of those boss cutscenes. And that is our last cutscene. Woo! I am so excited. That is our last incentive for our game tonight. So if you would like to push that over the line and maybe push us a little bit closer to the big 1,000, that would be fantastic. And you can go ahead and do that by typing !donate in chat to find our Tiltify donation page.
Chad, we are so close to breaking $1,000 for care on our second day of laughs. That is huge, and it's entirely because of y'all being generous and fantastic and just all around great people. Thank you so much.
Yes, this is all because of you, chat, and this is all for care. So thank you so, so, so much.
All right. Now that we have left that section, we now have to navigate an even deeper section of mines. You might notice that there was a very interesting dog there at the end of that cutscene. That's because this place is full of them. We have a very cool dog here coming to hang out with Sunny. It's his new pet. What would you name this dog, chat? Sunny! If you had to name this very tall, very leggy dog, what would you name it? Look at him. Shaped like a friend.
Shaped like a...
Shaped like a friend. I
Totally.
would love to
pet
name
that
them
dog.
Bingus.
Yes! I love it. I have a cat friend with me, so...
I love it.
This is an animal-friendly stream. We've got frogs, we've got dogs, we've got bees, we've got cats.
Yes. And we can have beautiful emotes that are either Judy the bear or the lamb. We've got all of the aminals. Aren't you excited?
All of the animals in chat.
Here they come.
We've got some really weird looking dogs here. I'm just gonna walk around them. They'll be back later, but for now, they'll mostly leave us alone.
We love when enemies leave us alone.
Now, you want to stand close, but not too close. I line up with the rocks on the floor, because if you get any closer than that, you are in the blast radius, and you will die if it goes off while you're standing there.
Oh no.
I have lost runs to that dynamite stick more times than I care to admit. But that's okay, because our chakras are not burning. Sunny's are, and we're gonna save him.
You can do this, Jess.
I love that the color changes so much.
Yeah, the game...
Like, we started with greens, and then we went to, like, purples and, like, other colors when she had... was on the drugs. And now it's very black and white.
This game is extremely vibrant. And the colors indicate different types of abilities. So this yellow zone is in reference to Sunny's ability, which is the ability to, like, make crystals and generate this bloom space. Let me just make one of these real quick. Don't jump on me. Rude dog. The blue is Jess space. It's a neutral space, and you can traverse it all throughout the game. The orange space is Kim's, green is Maya's, and so on and so forth. You need the specific gems to be able to traverse this space without taking damage. So here we are in the boss fight. We are not fighting Sunny. We are dealing with a very territorial dog. And
Not
this
the dog.
This dog is squirrely. You can see it's being very aggressive with me. It's already done 2 thrust attacks. When it's green, that means it's going to attack me. It will also do mind attacks when it symbolizes the next phase. That's what that is. And that's when I take the time to grab inventory stuff around the arena. So we're gonna try and grab everything we need to craft more stuff, while also dealing with these dogs. We want them to line up together so that way we can hit them with Sunny's ability. And then we just finish
yes.
them off.
The very horror trope of you're in the middle of an arena, so they just give you all sorts of stuff.
Yes. And this is specifically why we don't pick up a lot of items in the run. Most of the stuff that we'll need will simply be in the boss arena when we get there.
Also, I love that you made us name the dog, and now you're gonna kill it.
I know, I'm so sorry. We are not saving animals. I did not promise that to anyone. I simply said,
Fingers,
what would
no
you
jumping.
name this dog?
That's fair. I should have known.
I know. Never get too attached to a family pet,
Nope.
chat.
Sonny, it's going to be okay.
Oh, the poll on favorite pet just got split down the middle. Cat, dog.
Cat,
Drama.
dog.
Drama.
Dog.
Et tu, chat? Ooh, we are getting bullied by these little friends here. Let me just throw some salt. Here we go.
Is he holding on to Sunny, or is Sunny a part of him?
Yes.
Okay.
They're hugging.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The short answer is he had a physical possession, right? The longer answer is something they fused together and now he's part of Sunny's back.
Okay. That sure.
So, do you remember the
Horror
weird
games.
dog that I warned you about? This one could pounce me, and then it tried it, but then didn't succeed.
Yes.
That is the result of what happens when one of these little flowers attaches itself to you. Some of these
Okay.
monsters used to be people. Some of them used to be animals. It's kind of never really explained how the crystals exactly do what they do, but these crystals are responsible for all of the weirdness that's happening on this island. Sunny, bless his heart, thought he could charge money for the experience. I'm probably gonna get pounced here. Oh, I got spat on. That's better RNG, unfortunately.
Nice.
And so what we're doing here is we are trying to do a little bit of major electrical engineering. We're gonna restore this generator so that way we can leave. JPEG, while I do this, is there anything you would like to share with the chat?
Absolutely. You know I do. I would like to remind everybody why we are here, which is for CARE. And CARE is a global charity that places gender equality at the center of everything they do. They respond to international crises, fight for economic, climate, and health equality, as well as access to food and water. They provide resources to women to pursue economic justice by empowering them to start businesses or pursue quality education. CARE knows that with the proper resources, women have the power to lift entire communities out of poverty and are working towards that goal around the world. And we are so excited to be raising money for CARE here tonight and this whole weekend. So if you would like to help us raise money, ! Donate! And I will stop singing.
No,
Or I
never
will sing.
stop.
I don't know.
Keep singing.
Never
We love
stop.
it.
Always sing the praise of CARE, founder of the CARE package.
Yes.
Founder of the CARE package. That is so true and super cool. If you want to learn about that, you can go to www.care.org.
Thank you so much. So we have powered our exit door for this part of the area. You might say, don't meditate, please.
She's like, oh, please, I would like to meditate now.
I
Not
know you
walk
want to
down this
work on your
ladder."
spiritual growth, but now is not the time, Jess. We have to get down a ladder. So you might notice, based off of Jess here, that the hitboxes are quite large, and they are very much in charge in this game. Sometimes they work with you, and they streamline the experience to force you on a specific path that works out really well. This is more common with doorways, but with the ladder, they're small, they're funky, and if you come at them from any angle other than directly, like straight at them, you can just end up meditating for so long.
It's Sometimes you just gotta meditate before you go down the ladder.
It's true, but I do need that spiritual power to not go towards my brain. Which is what meditation does in this game. You trade your mana, your spirit stat that's the bottom one on the lower left, looks like a little hourglass. And you trade that bar for the brain bar, which is your sanity meter. And in a speed run, you kind of just want to keep your sanity bar really depleted. So that way you can go into panic attacks quickly and get that speed boost. So ideally you want to spend as little time possible meditating. And there's only one point in the story where it's scripted that you have to do it, and that's in the arrival sequence when we're talking to Kim, way back when we still had shoes on.
So I remember you mentioning upgrades at the very beginning of the
Yes.
run. Why don't we have any of those during the speed run? Why are we using them?
So upgrades, they're cool, right? They teach you abilities. They can expand your ability to hold like more. So you might notice that I have 2 pips, so to speak, next to each of my stats. That indicates how much of the item related to it I'm having in my inventory. You can have 0, 1, or 2 of either the lavender, ginger, or mushrooms. You can upgrade to hold more. You can upgrade to make those more impactful when you use them. The short explanation for why we don't do it on the run is because it takes a lot of time. Not just in like going to find the items, because they're not always in the way. I think there's exactly 3 that are along the speedrun route. Everything else you have to go out of your way to either open cabinets or investigate extra rooms to locate. Sometimes they trigger entire combat sequences. I know that there's one in a frog nest that is just a pain to get unless you beat the frog first. So the first reason why we don't is just because it's faster. The second reason is because the speedrun is measured in RTA. There is no in-game timer, and so every moment you spend in the menu is consequential, which is why it's important to pick things up in the right order. It's also why we don't do any upgrading, because all that time counts.
Maya, are you there?
That makes a lot of sense.
And we also
Although
run
it-
on the easiest difficulty, so most of the time it's not necessary. I would say the only speed run, if you wanted to do a category for this game, where I would recommend maybe you should upgrade 1 or 2 times, is if you're going for the mind ending. Just because you have buffed your sanity stat, which makes you slower, but you did not put any points towards your health bar or your mana, and so not only are you slower, you're weaker in every respect. But yeah, the short answer is time.
It's just always faster. Speedrun, you know?
It's always faster to not upgrade in this game. It's also always faster to not give thoughtful answers, just go, and back away slowly.
I have to go back to the camp. Yep, over there. I'm gonna go back over there.
I'm sorry, I hear my mom calling. The sun is getting very low, and it's dark. I need to leave.
I don't have shoes on.
Yeah, I forgot my
I gotta
shoes.
go.
You really screwed everything up.
Could a potential excuse be that I'm sorry, I need to go read some donations?
Yes, please read some donations.
Because I have news. First of all, our Splattermaster incentive has been met.
Let's go!
We are crushing those incentives, everybody. You are absolutely incredible, and thank you so much for all of your time and donations. We love each and every one of you so much. But I did want to read a couple donations that came through. First off, Ignorant Spoon with $50. That is 50, saying, let's go, horror block, let's go. And then all the claps, which definitely would not come through the microphone, but I want you to know that I did do them quietly.
We love that.
And then and then our second donation is from BZ Archer, $25. Sneaking in before my run to donate during a run? It's more likely than you think.
Let's go!
Let's go.
So thank you so much, BZ Archer and Ignorant Spoon. You are both fantastic, and we appreciate you immensely.
The power of horror block. Getting
Yes.
The magic.
getting all of the things met, pushing all of the incentives. We love to see it.
Also, it means that we are $25 away from $1,000 right now. We are
Chat.
so
Exciting.
Chat.
So close.
Hear me out. What if we hit $1,000 before the end of the run? Oh,
Yes.
But like, what if though?
what if?
But what
Can we
if?
get there?
Can we do like a $5 dono train?
A $1 dono train? A $5 dono train?
That works too.
A
It doesn't
$10
matter.
A generous
Something.
donor?
A crystal chain.
A crystal chain.
Just everybody align your crystals.
Yes.
And if you want information on how to align those crystals, you can type !donate in chat.
Those
Magically,
that's how-
mysteriously scan that donation QR code. I think both of those will help you align your crystals to start a chain.
Yeah, in order to truly cleanse your chakra, you might be here saying, hey, how can I better myself? Right? I can't help you do that, but what I can help you do is contribute to a fabulous cause. And that is care.
So I have to say I'm a little disappointed, Big Scared. I don't think there's a clock tower in this game, so I don't know that it's a true horror game.
I know, it can't be a horror game. There's no clock tower. There is only a lighthouse.
We can find another way back.
I mean, it's close. I'll give it the lighthouse. I'll give it, but I'm disappointed.
Still okay?
It's not the same. I'm with
It's
you.
not.
I'm so sorry, Horror Block. I have failed you by playing a game with no clock tower in it. Because as we know, the symbol of horror games is clock tower, sewer segment, hospital, and this has none of those things.
Nope.
You know what it does have?
I'm on my way.
What?
It has $1,000.
Let's go! Chat. I'm holding all of your hands respectfully and consensually, and if you don't want to, know that you have my ultimate respect.
I am so grateful to all of you. If I can jump in to read donations,
Go
is it a good
for
time?
it.
Coolest of beans. So first of all, we have Asuka424, our very own Asuka, with $25 and a comment of less than 3. So thank you so much for that, as well as Sir Brosa with $25, $1,000 high.
Let's go!
Oh!
Thanks to all the runners during this awesome event, and thank you to you, Sir Broseph, for donating. We appreciate you immensely. We care about you a whole lot.
Sir Broseph is the best.
Shout out, real quick, to all the homies from the mutual communities coming through to support this spunky little run. The Chant
Heck
is a
yes.
very small speedrun community. There are only 6 people on the board, including myself. To the best of my knowledge, I am the only femme-presenting person that runs this game. So it means a lot that there's a lot of interest, that there's a lot of friends coming out, and that y'all are supporting not only my run, but our goals here. We're supporting the other runners. We're making sure incentives get hit, and that is really dope.
Heck yes. Also, it's written down on my long list of speedruns I have to learn.
Listen, we can sit down, and we can workshop it, Pip.
Yes.
Now, you might notice, she just took psychic damage from a cabinet.
I'm heading back.
Cabinets are scary, okay?
She got
like that
jump
sometimes.
scared by the bottle that she came there to get.
Is that you?
Okay, cabinets are scary, okay?
I need everyone in chat to just put a smiley face in there if you've ever been jump scared by an inanimate object that you were trying to interact with. I can't do it myself, but know that I'm
100%.
smiling.
What do you mean? How did you get here?
So, because the object we just picked up is Mercury, Jess here's having not a great time.
Got the mercury.
We are mildly hallucinating, on top of the fact that we are still dealing with the fact that we took those mushrooms earlier in the game. Needless to say, we cannot run in this state.
Careful.
I'm surprised you can climb a ladder in this state.
I'm shocked that Maya let us climb this ladder. She's mom of the year, just a very caring and compassionate person that makes great choices. But now that we have our Mercury, we can put the Mercury into the lighthouse, which for some reason powers it. I don't know if this is how actual lighthouses work, but apparently when you put your very old bottle of Mercury into the lighthouse, you pump it 3 times, and you go upstairs, you can use a crystal laser.
I feel like if it did before, it doesn't now. I feel like everyone's like, maybe not to the Mercury, maybe not.
Alright. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, wow, the Chant seems like a really chill game to speedrun. This seems fun. I would like to welcome you to the laser grid puzzle. I mentioned that there's one good puzzle in this game. This is unfortunately not it. This is the other puzzle in the game. The good puzzle is the chemistry puzzle. This is the tedious puzzle, where we are about to be sent across this whole zone to move, I want to say it's 18 to 20 individual laser beams.
Jess, I saw Seva in there.
Some of them you have to interact with directly, some of them just sort of line up.
Maya, don't go in there
No,
again
thank
if
you.
you don't have to. I did say something before he vanished.
Also, if she doesn't have hepatitis by the time she leaves this place, I will be very shocked.
Shocked that she doesn't have tetanus.
That too.
TBH.
Just all of them.
Given the sheer volume
everything.
of rusty surfaces her bare feet come
Yeah.
into contact with.
Got it.
She's gonna get all the diseases at this point.
Yes. Maybe a parasite from drinking the pond water, that sort of thing.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
The true horror is the food we've eaten along the way.
It's true.
Got it. Now what?
Alright. Because we are not buffing our body stat, we are running
I'd do anything
in
for
risk
him.
mode. I have
love him
only
so much.
one piece of ginger in my inventory, which is gonna make this next sequence a bit of a gamble. I have
We
faith
love
in
a
us.
gamble.
We have safety strats, so it's not like it's the most dangerous thing we've ever done. But it is definitely a worry.
His spirit is out there. If only I can find a way to reach him.
Sometimes you just gotta gamble in the middle of a marathon. It'll be fine.
You know-
it'll work out. It's fine.
Bless the chat. Give me your energy. We're gonna summon a spirit bomb. Goku will be proud of us. And we are going to make sure that this boss gets the quick cycle. You know what will summon the quick cycle even faster? If we hit 1250 before the boss fight. I
Yes.
know it's a bold assertion, but I think it can make it
But-
happen.
Maya,
Yeah, we can make that happen. That's easy.
I think that checks out, and maybe I can sweeten the pot a little bit and tell everybody that a new incentive has opened up for tomorrow's Sonic Adventure DX run, which is to see Big Story for
Big the
$200.
cat?
So besties,
Big Story.
Big the cat, the celebrity, the iconic Big the cat. Hello.
Pretty iconic.
Listen, chat, if you make Big the Cat happen, I can't do anything about that. But you'll know
Come
that
on.
you will make me so happy.
You gotta make Big the Cat happen during Big Scared's run.
Yes.
It just has to happen.
It's meant to be.
We've got good enemy placement here. They're cooperating, which is rare. I'm a little sus. I'm not gonna lie.
They're cooperating because they also want to see Big the cat. So they're like, oh wait, you know what? I'll just stand right here. I'll stay right here.
Yes. They said, bring on the big kitty.
Also, I like that your friend's just hanging out. She could have come and helped you. She could have moved one of these. Like, you didn't have to do this by yourself.
She's not even supervising. She's vibing.
She's just out there.
So you might notice that we are in a bullet hell section. I'm not entirely sure how to articulate what exactly is happening, but the long and the short of this is that these are Maya's babies. Don't ask questions on how that happened. I can't explain it. But she claims them as hers, and honestly, family is what you make it, and if she wants to call these her babies, I can't stop her. But the
Do
downside
what you
is that
gotta
there's a
do.
lot of them.
You might be dumb, but I know.
Do we have to hold them?
Do we have to hold them? No, but she will ask us many times if we would like to. My answer is always personally no. I don't like that responsibility.
No, thank you.
It's not for me. I respect your choice to do that. Please don't, you know? I'm gonna observe from over here, where it's safe.
Chat is asking a very important question, which is where baby from? Pargan.
Oh, yes.
Gregante.
Danger Ops, the pageant sex. Can it hurt baby top of his head? This just in, yes.
Great! You did it!
What now?
We still need to connect the second beam to the light.
Important questions like, am I pregnant?
Yes. Yes. Well, actually, no. We're playing as Jess. Jess is not pregnant. Babs
No.
was. And this is important to bring up because we are getting the spirit ending. And we will see Babs again. This is not normal for most speedruns. We go for the body ending where, spoilers, you will be haunted by your sister bees if you go for this ending. We will see
That
Babs
sounds right.
again at the end of this. So keep her in your pocket. Remember that she's here. Remember she's fondly.
Just sleeping, right?
The thing that we are not getting to know about Babs is that we have already met her child. Fun fact, her child is Tyler, who is our current cult leader.
You'll feel better tomorrow.
You
About that.
You might be asking yourself, but wait, if we were Babs and her baby is old now, is there some time stuff going on? And the short answer to that is yes. We are being bullied. We are being bullied.
That's just mean. It's just mean. How
And we
dare
didn't
you.
even get bullied enough to get the speed boost. That's so sad.
You know, it's just horror game stuff.
Yeah.
She was pregnant. Now there's a man. It's just horror game stuff. It's just horror game
That's a plot.
stuff.
That's
You
a
know,
plot.
That's the horror game right there.
It's a horror game. Come on.
Pip just wrote one.
You know,
Okay, this room has a little bit of combat in it. I'm gonna focus. But if there is anything you would like to share with the audience, JPEG, now's a great time.
It sure is a great time. What I would actually like to do is explain what people are tuning into at all right now, other than an absolutely fantastic run by you. Oh my gosh. But in case you are just tuning in, you are watching the Lady Arcader Super Showcase. This is an all-women charity talent showcase event that was running from July 6th and will be running until the 9th, benefiting CARE. The Super Showcase features a bunch of talented women showing off games that they love. And make sure to tune in all this weekend. Tell your friends, come hang out. We are going to be having a party all weekend, raising money for CARE. So if you would like to spend some more time with us, I don't know, maybe donate towards some of our incentives that maybe expand some of our time on the air. I don't know, maybe adding Big the Cat's story tomorrow will give us a little extra time. So if you would like to spend a little extra time with us, you can type !donate in chat.
Thank you so much. What are our current polls sitting at?
That is a good question. Let me pull up our poll.
Because I must know if we're going to be on track to
Make
get
it.
one of those endings, you know?
yeah. Could this place have any more doors?
There are so many doors, and most of them you don't even need to really go through. They're just kind of there.
Just hysterical. Yeah, they're just a door. It's fine.
So if you would like to hear about the ending choice for Splattermaster and that we have money towards the bad ending right now. There's $50 towards the bad ending. So friends, if you would like to even the score towards good ending, you can do that. And there's a super cool thing that Tiltify does where you can put your money towards a poll and an incentive at the same time.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew that, but it's a really great bang for your buck. And so when you donate, you can choose an incentive and a poll. So don't worry about picking one or the other. So that is the Splattermaster ending choice that is up right now. There is the Cult of the Lamb, Name the Cult, which in first place is Relationship. And then behind that we have Lady Bach Haters, then the Bod Touch, and World Rulers. So if you would like to even the score there or vote to secure your favorite, like Relationship, which is super cute, you can go ahead and donate for that as well. And then for the Emote Art Showcase featured character, right now it is the Lamb in the lead from Cult of the Lamb. But if you would like to see Judy the Bear, you can donate for that.
I love
I have
that.
to say, those
Thank you
are
so much for the
all
update.
amazing names for a cult. Amazing.
I know there's a lot of love for Relationship, but my personal favorite is the Lady Bach Haters.
It's
I
really
think it's
cute.
so
that was
good.
really cute.
It's very cute.
There's literally not a bad name there. They're all...
They're all
I'm sorry.
great.
They're all bangers.
There's no bad names there.
I'm
Okay.
trying to come up with another sheep.
I
joke.
didn't have one, and I couldn't.
How could you?
It'll come. Oh my gosh! How are you so multi-talented that you can be speedrunning and coming up with
And
these
making
on the
jokes.
fly?
Listen, I would hate.
We are not cut from the same cloth.
I would hate to have a full experience here. Okay. So you might notice that this boss fight has several phases. You have to use the laser against her, as well as gather your items from the arena without her Baja blasting you, because she will try to do that thing. And I'm going to use the arena against her. I try to scream her into the spikes that already exist. I used to think it was faster to use Sunny's ability and summon the spikes myself, but that uses 2 mana. Whereas the screen ability only uses 1, and there are pre-existing spikes in this arena. So you can think strategically here and position her by moving over towards them, and you can actually cycle her a lot faster by using the arena against her.
This is a solid soundtrack too.
Yeah, whoever designed the background music did a killer job. I also want to give a little shout out. I'm pretty sure this is a Canadian dev team, which
Love that.
is
Hold
not
on.
super common in survival horror. We are getting very uncooperative children here.
Kids just be like that sometimes.
They like to hide. They know they're in public. They're on Lady Arcader's Super Showcase. And they know that I'm about to beat their mom up. So they're just not cooperating. But that's okay. We're on our final cycle here with Maya. All we gotta do is make sure she doesn't stun lock us. I'm
Also,
gonna
I
yell
want
at her
to-
a bunch and smack her a bunch. And hopefully we'll get the quick kill.
I want to inform you that this is their first game as well,
It is, yes.
which is impressive.
All right, Maya's down. Which is sad. If we can get an F in chat for Maya, that would be fantastic. Because all she really wanted was to see her son again. It's unfortunate
are-
what happened, but
You're correct. They are from Canada.
awesome.
So we'd love to see it. Their first game, and they're from Canada.
And they did a really good job finding a cast. My personal favorite performance in this game is Sunny's. And the actor who portrays Sunny is kind of famous. I want to say he's an executive producer on Homeland. He has a very expansive resume of appearances. And I love to see it when very prolific people get to branch out into different types of media that they aren't typically known for, right? We think about that a lot in terms of like supermassive games, but this studio does it as well, and I think that's cool. So we've got a little bit of walking here. JPEG, if there's anything you'd like to share with the chat, now's a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. If everybody would like to hear a little bit more about CARE that I was mentioning before, that all these sweet donations that y'all are giving go towards, let's talk about CARE. And boy, do I have a story for you. So 75 years ago, a small group of Americans mobilized to create the world's first CARE packages. They knew that they could not stand on the sidelines while millions of Europeans faced hunger in the wake of World War II. Within a few months, they had delivered their first shipment of 20,000 CARE packages. Today, CARE works in over 110 countries, reaching more than 170 million people through 1,600 projects. That is so much work. That's amazing. We no longer deliver just physical care packages, but we continue to be guided by the spirit of innovation, scale, and helping those most in need that animated our work in the beginning. I don't know about you all, but I think that that is a beautiful story and a beautiful origin story, and just a bit of blessing your timeline in this maybe less than blessed game.
Yeah, may I offer you a wholesome anecdote in these trying times?
So true.
We are elbows deep in the horror block tonight, and it is so nice to hear a story of comfort and support. Unfortunately, I don't have another one here because we just did a little bit of breaking and entering, and I want to point out this is Tyler's tent. We have to sleep in these little dome tents, and we just get a little sleeping bag, and we don't even get shoes, and this dude has a widescreen TV and a computer.
Cults, man, cults.
What?
And a king-size bed and a window.
Cult.
Like,
You know,
he's living the life.
it's just what always happens. They get whatever and you get nothing. And you accept that, I guess.
It's okay. This is gonna be not the last time we see Tyler, but the last time we see Tyler where he has any real consequence.
They lived in a commune.
Because now we're on our way to the old commune. So I mentioned at the start we were playing as Babs, right? Babs is in the 70s. She's an original member of the original cult, and we are going to see where she used to hang out. Tyler, of course, is not part of that. But if you hang around long enough, maybe you can be part of that. Maybe you can.
Doing this? Jess, I can't leave. Is there another way? It's called the Spirit Trail. Tyler said he came up this way to get the mask, but some creature drove him back. Just listen on your radio. I'll let you know when I get there.
So fun fact, there is no way to skip that. In a previous patch of the game, you used to be able to walk all the way up to the door and wait there for Hannah to stop talking. But they patched that out for some reason. You have to pay attention to Hannah where Hannah is standing.
They just really wanted you to hear that bit of dialogue. The Hannah voice actress was like, no, you will listen to me.
They said
Yes.
you must respect Hannah. You cannot leave her.
Yeah. What's up?
I've just been thinking about Tyler and me. Do you think Tyler was just using me? That he never
Now,
cared?
Hannah here, she's
Tyler's been using everybody.
Oh no.
asking
say
us
how
for
much he cared.
relationship advice.
Definitely
Chat,
She's sleeping with Tyler.
yeah,
This is not the time.
she's Tyler's
No.
girlfriend.
No.
Should she dump him? We've met them both. What do you think? Should she dump him?
This is real.
Yes.
Yes.
Always. Always yes.
All right, Hannah. I'm here at the Spirit Trail.
You know, I don't disagree. Normally, I would encourage her to dump him, but since we are not going for the body ending, we do have to pick a different dialogue option. But before we can do that, we have to fight an immortal enemy. This enemy does not die, no matter how much you actually attack it. And so rather than fight it, I am simply going to spawn it and run away. We're gonna look up, it's gonna spawn. I'm going to dodge into its attack, so that way it can open up a passage for me, and then I'm just gonna leave.
Someone in chat just said Hannah was in a single episode of Riverdale, and you will respect that.
It's true. It's true.
I saw
She is a
And I am
established actor.
dying.
Can you smack, please? Thank you. So we got a slow cycle on that enemy there. Normally, if you stand a little bit away, they will just sort of pounce at you and knock you through the door. You cannot go through the door, even if there's a tiny crumb of whatever that membrane, if you want to use that word, is. But we're through it, and we're moving on with our life. We do have a little bit of walking time, though, so if there are any donations or things you would like to share with chat, now's a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. What I would like to mention is, okay, I've talked about what the Lady Arcader super showcase is, and I've told you what Kara is.
Hannah, we made
Do
it.
you know what Lady
Glad you're
Arcaders
okay.
is?
Jess,
Do you know?
I feel so
No, I
sorry.
don't. Tell
you
me.
know?
What should I do?
So Lady Arcaders
You know
is an
me,
all-women's
Hannah.
gaming
You're
collective.
strong.
We welcome all
Stand
women
on
in
your own
gaming,
feet.
speedrunners, developers, casual fans alike. And in addition to this super
Ready to go
cozy
find
private
Rose?
community,
Yeah.
we run weekly showcases on our Twitch channel, as well as larger charity events
So we
just
got
like this
Tyler's
one
prison,
throughout the
and we're
year.
getting the
And if you would
mask.
like to volunteer
I think
for
we
a
can
cool
help
event
too.
like this,
I'm
I don't know,
pretty sure
maybe
Susan's
hang
energy
out
has her in
on
this.
social
With the
media
mask, maybe
or
we can channel that
host.
energy.
I don't know,
You
maybe
had said
host
that
is
a
kind of
few days ago.
cool.
I'd say
Maybe
you
like
were in
commentary and
space.
Rudder are kind of cool.
Um,
Like, I don't know, like I think some of them are kind of cool.
It's been
If you would
masked.
like to volunteer for some of those, you can type !volunteer in chat for a link to the volunteer application. We are always looking for talented hosts, commentary buddies, social media pros, and technicians. There is a spot for you, and we would love to have you.
Tyler used to come here to harvest them once in a while.
And hey, if you want to represent Lady Arcaders in a little bit of a different way, we also have t-shirts. Did you know that?
See how fast
And
I
hoodies.
did.
the ritual.
Yeah.
Look around to see
I have a small obsession with hoodies. It's a problem.
It's a problem, but you know what the solution is? More
More.
hoodies.
Hannah, there's
Yes.
no way through here either, but I found a key.
It is a problem like cowbell in that the only solution is more.
Yep.
I've got a fever, and the only solution is more donations to Lass.
More donations to
big the
last.
cat.
Glowing plants.
Yes,
Yeah.
to big the cat, to less shoes.
The irrigation system
Yes.
behind me. I think
Hoodies,
pouring
yes,
the right
shoes, no.
mixture in will
That's
kill
what I'm
the
getting out of this.
mixture.
I like
know
that
what it
she's
is?
like
This note explains
perfectly
it,
in
but
a
I'm not
white
sure I understand.
white jumper,
Take a look
and
at
you're
it.
like dirty,
This is pretty
and she
cryptic,
just
but
not even saying anything about it. Like,
saw something
maybe
like
you
this
should
once. Pretty
shower,
sure
change. No, okay.
Doesn't even suggest to put the clothes that I arrived in earlier today back on.
No.
She's like, nope, it's fine. We're just gonna vibe. You can be filthy. It's fine. And we love a supportive
Hannah's-
friend.
Hannah smuggled a Tide bleach pen in, but it's running out, and so she's like, I don't have enough in this pen, and then what if I get like a little stain?
You try to save me.
She's got to look perfect for the boyfriend. That's what
does.
she needs.
It's true. Hannah is just, she's gotta keep it up. She's gotta keep not only her appearances up, but her social skills up. And in doing so, she can't be running around solving all these puzzles.
No, that's your job.
That's my job. I've got to solve the puzzles. Now, I mentioned that this is the good puzzle in the game. Would you like to know why it's the good puzzle
Yes.
in the game? Because it is easy to fail. Meaning that there is a way to fail the puzzle. It is an actual puzzle. It is a complete
We
puzzle.
love that.
It has I love it. It's a finished puzzle. We are doing a little bit of mild chemistry. We need 4 plants and a dial because that is absolutely how you combine plants. You put them in a machine and you grate them up. I'm going to grab a magical 5th plant so that way I can make another sage stick on my way out of here. And if we do our menuing correct, we should be good. Toxic odor. We've got blue. We've got blue. We've got red, which is apparently what you get when you mix blue and blue. And now we can put that in the machine and crank it.
I don't know if that's right, but I'll accept it at this point.
Listen.
Yeah, I took color theory.
When I combine blue and blue, it absolutely makes red. I don't know what you're talking about.
I took color theory in college that one time. It's fine.
Hannah, you've been around for a while. I was
Well,
wondering.
I have just given you a lesson in botany. You are all chemists and botanists. After the tutorial in major structural engineering, you are also trained in major engine repair. Go forth and live a profitable life.
Inner circle. Those who are truly ready to
So
be taken
productive
advantage of,
now.
more like. Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Now, another moment where we have to sit here and listen to Hannah.
Perfect. More gloom. I guess you'll
Sometimes
have to see if you can find
she
another
just
way.
needs to talk.
I'll be fine.
She said, "You're
Okay,
going to
let's
hear
both try
me."
to make our way to the large dome at the end.
I was in
The
one
Riverdale
episode
cutscene.
of
I was in one episode of Riverdale. I know Jughead, okay? You will
I
put,
know.
You will put respect on my bare feet. So you might notice that this area has a red motif. That's because this is the quote-unquote Tyler area. That's why we get his voiceover. But Tyler is not the boss of the area like we would expect from other folks with crystals. We are going to have to fight his father, grandfather, the original cult leader, who is of questionable living state. Is he a zombie? Is he still alive? It's never really explained what he is, but we can hear him talking to us now. Every time we touch one of these orbs, we will hear Monroe speaking a little bit.
Another
Every
fun-
time we touch one of these orbs, and every time we kiss, I swear I could fly.
Yeah. We gotta go real
And then-
fast. I want this to last. Make a donation, chat. I'm sorry, all my creative juices are
That rhymed.
gone.
That rhymed.
Apparently, Chat has informed us that Jess was also in the quarry,
She was.
so there is that. Not as impressive as Riverdale, but it is something.
We love to see people make a successful career in video games, okay?
Yes, we do.
I
We
took
love
a
to see
hit
it.
there. That was a little sloppy. But the upside of taking that hit there is we were put into the panic state way early. And this might actually save us some time in the long run. Unfortunately, though, we do have to waste it listening to Hannah talk again. Because she
You're gonna be okay.
has a lot to say.
She's just always.
What's the gloom like for you? Worse than those creatures is hearing my sister's voice. I just hope it isn't her. I hope so. The things I saw in there.
Thank you for this angle. Thank you for this.
We still have to find a way.
Is
to
she
get
okay,
there.
chat?
Just a close up
Is
of
she
the
okay?
horrified face.
I just can't get it much.
I'll figure it out. You just rest.
The look around.
Okay, but at least take my.
This is how you
We
talk
needed
to people.
access the other side.
Honestly, if I was in the middle of a cult like this, I would also look like that.
That's fair.
Yeah, if I had to
I like
run
you.
at any given moment because a weird looking dog or a really big frog or just one of my quote unquote friends was chasing me, maybe I would stand there like that too and look around.
100%.
Chad is unimpressed and has said, "Who doesn't have a ceremonial geodome? You aren't special, Han."
Wow. Alright, this is the riskiest part of the run. Because if those 3 plants do not despawn, they can body block you. And I have
no.
died to them. And it is just embarrassing. They're still there! Oh no! Oh no! Okay. We're fine. Oh, it almost got me. It almost got me. That was so close.
Oh, that was scary.
Those are burnt bodies.
Horror games.
Horror
Yep.
block.
We might not
You
have a
gotta be
subway
scared.
segment, but we've got spooky plants.
You gotta get scared at least once in the horror block.
Listen, the scariest thing on this planet is the planet. Okay, chat, we are about to go into back-to-back boss fights. The first one, not too bad. We're gonna bring a fire lash, we're gonna bring some oil. We are simply going to let it burn. The second one, whew, I'm gonna need you to just save your energy and then send it. I got sucked into the wrong thing.
So save and then full send.
Yeah, save and then full send. Save it for this fight. Send it once we down this one. I need you to stockpile your energy. If you were a Pokemon right now, I need you to use Harden.
Look at that crystal rainbow. Love wins.
So pretty.
Love wins.
What is this place? This is the main ritual space for the group.
Probably nothing good.
Almost feel the prismic energy.
Just gonna
There must have
assume,
been a
Jess,
lot of
nothing.
them. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
100, maybe more.
We're just gonna walk up on these jerky people. This one's Monroe. He's the former cult leader. And soon to be,
Dead.
cult leader.
Oh.
Not immediately dead.
Oh,
But
okay.
soon enough, hopefully. If we don't
I
get
had hope
bullied
that
too
there was
hard.
death.
We will be dispatching him in a not too long time frame. But we do have to fight him again.
It's just that horror game thing. You always gotta fight him more than once.
Yeah, you think it's done? Oops, second phase. This is the
Second
Soulsborne.
phase.
He has the mask.
He's gonna rise up and be like, I am Millennia, Blade of Mikola. And I have never known defeat. Look at him, there he goes.
Is he naked?
No,
He's blooming.
Okay.
he is blooming though. I will
I
will allow
got
that.
scared.
Okay, so this fight is extremely RNG heavy. What I want to do is I want to group them all up. I need all three. And I want to spike them. Beautiful. Phase 1 is successful.
Yay!
Phase 2 is where things can get really squirrely. If there are donations or things you would like to share with chat, now's a fantastic time while I fight these jabronis.
Yeah. What I really did want to say is that, you know, you brought up a good point that some things are scary and there has to be something scary in a horror block. And chat, do you know what scares me more than anything? Not seeing Big the Cat on Sonic Adventure DX tomorrow.
That's a
gonna
nightmare.
keep me up at night. That's
Yep.
truly a nightmare. And we need your help to make sure that that doesn't happen. So if you would like to help us meet the incentive to add Big the Cat's story tomorrow to Sonic Adventure DX, you can ! Donate in chat and put your donation.
Don't touch me, don't
towards
touch me,
that
don't touch.
incentive.
Ah! It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
He's just
It's
really
fine.
excited about Big the Cat. He's just
Yep.
really, really
So
excited.
excited.
He
I
says
just
the
need
same
to pick
thing.
this up real quick.
But yeah, I sure hope there's no Big the Cat missers in chat. That
here.
would be real scary.
Get hit by the laser beam. Perfect.
Yeah!
So the cool thing
dodge on
about
that.
this fight is that you can also use the environment against Monroe and his ads. The laser does hurt them, so as long as you do your dodge as well, you should be able to use everything that's in there to your disposal. They give you all of the power-ups you need, they give you all the tools that you need, you have all the crystals that you need, it's just a matter of execution and good RNG. The first is easier than the second to achieve, right? Like the RNG is,
I just want to get out of this place.
for that fight, it is rough.
Save Kim. Maybe we can even save
I
the
would say
others.
we got a pretty decent fight there because we did not have to manually dispatch any of the homies.
It's almost over.
Also, I appreciated that when you were pushing over the crystal, it said, you can't meditate right now.
Yeah, because for some reason, the action button and the meditation button are the same button. And so if you
course
want
they
to
are.
interact with anything, if you want to pick up anything, if you want to skip a cutscene, you cannot do it too quickly or else you will simply meditate instead. More than once, I was trying to like run up on a trigger for a cutscene and accidentally started skipping it too soon, and she just started meditating on me, and I was like,
Oh,
Jess,
no.
please.
Oh. Oh no.
Stop psyching yourself
So
out,
meditation time loss is a thing on the run.
Hannah. To trust him.
Ideally, you want to do none of it.
I love how opposite this is. Going into Kuan where meditating is definitely like a part of the run to regain health.
Yes.
I really like the contrast of that.
The juxtaposition of mechanics is incredible. We've got bad frog spawn here. It's probably gonna Baja Blast me. It didn't. It missed.
Woohoo! We'd love to see it.
Alright. We've also got bad spawn here. But it did a good move, so we should be fine. We are running up on our very last door that we need to unlock for the entire run. And by consequence, also the final fast travel portal.
These nefarious fast travel portals that we've been looking at.
They are very suspect. They look like she is a trainee for Cave Crawler.
Feel good.
Yes!
Little did we know that these are the people that we were inspecting with those drones earlier.
But that's okay, because in Cave Crawler we checked. They're still alive.
Yeah, they're still totally alive, just like Jess is right now.
Don't want to be lonely all the time.
It was green there for a second. I had hope. I was like, ah, it's green. This is good. And then it was like, nope, it's purple again.
So purple
Yep.
means we're in Hannah's domain.
I can bring everyone back.
Hannah's ability is actually really cool. You will never see it in the speedrun because it has no utilitarian value. It simply makes her invisible for 10 seconds. 10 seconds is not enough time to run past anything because, as we can see, Jess simply power walks everywhere.
She does.
But the animation is absolutely stunning. If you ever get the chance to play this casually, especially on harder difficulties, the 10 seconds of invisibility does make a difference, and it is worth your time to play around with. Since this is the last time we are coming through this area, we are going to grab all of the things that we need. We will not... Actually, we will be grabbing one safety lavender since I did use one more than I was planning to. We'll grab one safety lavender as we approach the final challenge, which is essentially a game of tag with Hannah. While we get ready for that chase and also enter the chase with Hannah, is there anything you'd like to share with chat?
Are you sure you want to do this? Once we
Share
stop,
with chat?
turning back.
Share with chat?
I'm ready.
Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to tell them such amazing things, like about care? So I'm going to tell you about care because that's what I actually do want to share with you. I was making a funny. So let's go with...
Hannah, please.
Founded in 1945, CARE is a leading humanitarian organization fighting global poverty. CARE has more than 7 decades of experience delivering emergency aid during times of crisis, working in over 110 countries. Our emergency responses focus on the needs of the most vulnerable populations, particularly girls and women. To learn more, visit www.care.org. And yes, they are the creators of the CARE package. So if you would like to donate, you can type !donate in chat or scan that neat rainbow QR code. I love that it is rainbow. I think that is super pretty and fun to look
It's
at.
so cute.
And also, if you type !merch, we do have some t-shirts, and portions of the purchases of those t-shirts also go to CARE. So if you want some sweet Lady Arcaders swag, that can also be arranged, my friends.
Yes, and if I am remembering correctly, this is a limited run of Lady Arcader Super Showcase shirts. They are only available during this event, and so if you want to make the merch purchase that supports CARE, you need to do so while the showcase is happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have special shirts.
Don't miss the boat.
It's hard to be a good parent.
So while we're here, we get a nice little moment where Maya comes back to remind us, yes, she is a mother. Would you like to hold her babies?
Want to hold my baby?
Oh, no. No,
No.
thank you.
Are you sure?
I told you there was
Are you
Yeah.
sure? She's
Thank
got
you.
so many.
didn't listen.
I'm good.
It's hard to be a
I'm so good right now.
You know what? She's trying her best. Would you like Tyler's headache remedy? It's right here in front of us.
Oh no.
This looks very pleasant and not at all painful.
It sounds pleasant and not painful.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It is just like being consumed by a Katamari. It is the most euphoric and pleasant experience you will ever have in your life.
Cool dog.
I got trolled by a cool dog? That's exciting. That means we're cursed? It's cursed.
No!
It's cursed.
Dogs.
The dog cursed. No! Please, dog.
Leave us
No
alone.
jumping.
Please,
No
dog.
jumping dogs.
I simply need to get into this arena. Here comes the final
Let us
boss.
run.
Now, I hope, chat, that you like weird eldritch creatures because, oh boy, I would like to introduce you to all of our friends at once. Yes, all of them. Did you miss them? Because here they are. All at once.
Oh, we get to kill our friends again?
Yes, including the one that is technically not dead. Kim is part of this amalgam. For reasons that I don't quite understand. But the reality is, she doesn't need to be dead for her energy to be stored in the prison. Speaking of Kim, there she is. She's gonna yell at me. We have to run into it. Because if we don't, she will push us into the arena and do the spike trick that we were using against Maya during Maya's boss fight against us.
How dare she use your own skills against you?
I know, it's so rude. But to
Chat
be
is
fair, this
describing-
was her skill first. Oh, Maya swapped out. We've got, we're gonna deal with children here for a second. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna put on this fire lash and this oil so that way we can get maximum swipage. Alright.
Don't mind
Pick up
me.
this
Hello,
ginger.
game's done quick, friends. Welcome
Yes,
in.
hello, Raiders.
If you are just joining us, thank you so much for being here.
We're in the horror block. The
Welcome
best
to
block.
Horror Block.
This is the friend block, obviously. Chad described this as friend flowers get a good smack with the sage stick. I think that's pretty.
That is accurate.
Bang on,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, very
Woo!
accurate.
I got a smack with a tentacle there. That was for all you in the chat. Oh, come on, Tyler. Why are you being so difficult?
This is a very interesting boss, though. For sure.
So if you like horror games, particularly weird retro ones, this boss might remind you of a little game known as Obscure. It very much has a lot of the same influences here. It's got the, like, eldritch, multi-headed tentacle thing going on. Here's the important part. We have to Baja Blast Kim and Hannah here. Where is she? Because if we don't Baja Blast
Whoa.
Hannah... Yes, Hannah is bald for some reason. She can summon other people back to the arena. Sister bees are here. We gotta deal with them real quick. If we don't, they will come up behind us and kill us because we have such low spirit bar. Time is gonna be when this head dies. So the second the cutscene comes up, that is time. And that, my friend, is time. Welcome to the spirit
Woohoo.
ending. Now, I mentioned at the start of the run, Babs comes back. And that is because here, Jess is going to be transported back in time to the moment this all begins.
We love
Oh.
time travel.
Yes, we love a little time travel. And while this plays out, I just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you to Lass and Lady Arcaders for letting me show this. I love this game. I have worked really hard to really climb up the leaderboard. I'm currently in second place for this, and I believe I'm the only femme presenting runner for it. So if this is a game that you want to pick up, I wholly support it, and I would love to help you get there. Pip, where can we find you?
Pip Sprite on all social media. I stream twitch.tv/PipSprite. I'm also on a stream team with Big Scared. We are on the Clock Tower. So come check us out. We do random events as well, so you can always come hang out with us.
Yes, we are both part of the Clock Tower stream team, and we will be having some events of our own this upcoming October. So stay tuned for that. If you are looking for where to find me, I am Big Scared on Twitch. And on most platforms, you can find me as either Big Scared or I'm Big Scared. No punctuation, no spaces. Say hello to Monroe here. He is getting ready for a beautiful night. And we are getting ready for our next run. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Big Scared, for an absolutely phenomenal run as we zoom out on Jess's very fantastic face. But thank you so much again, Big Scared. This was an absolutely fantastic, super entertaining, super fun run. And thank you, Pipsprite, for your amazing, amazing commentary. This has been a delight to watch, and thank you so much to chat for your contributions. But we are going to go ahead and get set up for our next run, which is Kuon with Miss Scarlet Tanager. So we will be right back in just a little bit. Hang tight, don't touch that dial unless you want to maybe get a little sip, a little stretch, but we will be right back.